So we welcome in the Creighton Blue Jays. 60-51 winners in the last quarterfinal matchup of the evening here at the Big East Women's Basketball Tournament over Butler. They advance to tomorrow's semifinal against DePaul, 5:30 here at Wintrust Arena. A couple notes about Creighton. Now 3-0 against Butler in the Big East Tournament. Fourth straight Big East Tournament semifinal appearance for the Blue Jays, and fifth in the last 6 years. Just the seventh win in 33 games for the number 6 seed over the 3 in the quarterfinals in the Big East Tournament, but now the second in a row after Georgetown took down Villanova last year in this very same game. We have with us Jim Flanery, coach of the Creighton Blue Jays, Jaylyn Agnew and Ali Greene with us as well. Coach, I'll give you the mic in just a sec. We'll do an opening statement from Coach, questions for the athletes, and then we'll release them, and then questions for Coach. But we'll start with an opening statement from Coach.
Sure. Well, first of all, congrats to Butler on a terrific season, and you know, they're not through playing, but you know, we knew how good they were. They were really good the first 2 times we played them, and we were not. The first game we didn't, you know, we weren't in the same gym. Second game was a little better, but they really, you know, put it on us late, and so. But you know, we also saw a lot of things that we felt like we could do better, and you know, I think that the more familiar you are with somebody, the margin kind of shrinks. But our kids were tough tonight. I mean, we got off to a great start, which I thought was important based on how they'd handled us the first 2 games. And so even though the second quarter we really muddled through the second quarter and the first part of the third quarter, our start kept us in the game and kept it close. And you know, these you know, just a word about Ali is just so happy for her. I did not, you know, I don't think any of us believed that she would be playing tonight. If you know, a couple months ago, and but I think she's shown tremendous courage and love for her teammates, and so it's really neat to have that. And then this one right here was I thought really good defensively. I thought you know, we made some mistakes on Jennings in that second quarter, but the second half I thought we really made things hard for her. But anyway, you know, just just also with the regard to the Butler seniors, it just really great players. You know, Schickel and Jennings and Weaver, those kids have done a lot to lift that program, and just really complimentary of how good players they are and how they represent Butler. So, but we're excited to move on. We have a tall task, but you know, it beats the alternative.
I have one note about Agnew. I'd be remiss if I don't mention it, but she's averaging, in 3 quarterfinal games now in the Big East Tournament, she's averaging 17.3 points per game in those 3 quarterfinal games. So we will do questions for the athletes first. Please raise your hand. We'll recognize you. John, first question.
Ali, 8 days ago, the perception from an outsider looking in was that you were retired from basketball, and maybe you'd give it a shot on senior day. That turned into what you did on senior day, and then what happened tonight. You know, can you take us through what went through your mind after that senior day performance that led you to play tonight?
You know, I was just so I didn't really know what to expect from senior night. You know, Flane asked me, he's like, so how much do you want to play? I was like, you know, we'll see how the first 2 minutes go. You know, I haven't run in about 3 months, so we'll see how it goes. And, you know, my teammates were just, like, so encouraging and so positive. And so that really helped me through the game. And then after, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna keep going. Like, I'm not ready to be done yet. I think my body's trying to tell me no, but, you know, I want to play for my teammates, and I want to win this thing. So I want to do whatever it takes to help them.
Jaylyn, what has Ali's comeback done for this team?
It shows us what having fight can do. And this girl, she's been like my roommate for 4 years, and she's a rock star. I have no words. She's gone through so much adversity, and her fight and her willingness to go out there and fight for us, even though she's in so much pain, just says so much, and we're so appreciative and so proud of her.
Megan?
Ali, how emotional is a win like this for you?
It's so exciting. Like, I just can't stop smiling. Like, I'm just so happy for my team, and I can't wait to beat DePaul.
John?
You know, the first 2 meetings against Butler, it's kind of crazy when you think about you beat by a combined 52 points. What did you feel the difference was tonight to get that?
Like he said, our toughness. We were just tough the entire game. Like you said, the second quarter we kind of let up there, but we just had to be tough. And they say it's hard to beat a team 3 times, and so we just had that in the back of our minds and knew that if we were the tougher team today, that we would get a win.
Any other questions for the athletes? Glenn?
Ali, you spent the last few weeks or months working on a three-point shot. You've taken 1 in your career. You took 2 tonight.
I don't know. I don't know what happened.
Yes, it was a question.
No, I was wide open, and I just said, here we go.
John?
For both, either of you, can you weigh in on Glenn's scooter?
We've actually seen that scooter in previous years with Bree Rollerson had it, so we're pretty familiar with it around. But we saw him roll in, and we were like, "What's up, dude?" We're like, "Come on now." So yeah, we're hoping he gets back off that thing soon.
I think he needs like a little horn or something.
Seriously,
Yeah.
though. Big
That's
J
the
sticker.
magical thing tomorrow.
Yeah. Just no one else needs to be on it.
Yeah, true.
Anything else for the athletes or on Glenn's scooter? All right. We'll have Lauren take the athletes back to the locker room. We'll get reset here, and we'll take questions for Coach. Why'd you grab that mic right there? First question in the back here, Jim.
Luck. Oh, just kidding. Toughness and just 40. You know, if you watch DePaul enough, they can look great. You know, they shoot so many threes, and they put so much pressure on you that they make you uncomfortable. And I think, you know, when we've talked to our players about how do you play them, well, you might have a quarter where you beat them by 10 or 12 or 15, and the next quarter, you know, they're equally capable of beating you by, you know, 15 or 18. They're just so good in terms of just kind of staying the course. So both games were really close. They played really well the last probably 13 to 15 minutes in Omaha last week, but you know, they sputtered for a long time. I mean, it was 20-23 at half. And I said, you know, part of our issue was we weren't ahead by, you know, to hold them to 23 at half and only be up 5 instead of being up 10 or 12 or 15 was big, because I thought once they get going, they get in rhythm offensively. And you saw that tonight against Providence. They got off to a great start. But they also are a little like us. They're perimeter enough that they're going to hit a lull here and there too, which is kind of what we are. But ball security is going to be important in defensive rebounding. I mean, we have to be better against their press than we were, especially in the second half last weekend. And then I've always thought they're a really good offensive rebounding team. You look at how they got off to a good start today. It was second chance points early because they didn't shoot the three very well early, but they got a lot of, you know, they put themselves in a great position in the first quarter just on the offensive glass. So, I mean, those things are going to matter. And then I thought they did a good job last weekend of posting Grace in the second half, and she had a big half. So we've got to, you know, we go from guarding Schickel to guarding her. So, but we'll have to do a little bit better job on her than we did last weekend. But, you know, we know it's a challenge, especially when you've had a really tough game today to play, you know, against them the way they play for 40 minutes. So, you know, in terms of using our bench, you know, that'll be something that we'll probably have to do a little bit more than we did tonight, just based on the pace of the game and how much they're going to press us and push pace on the other end.
John in the front.
Coach, I don't know how much, you know, the coaches had different opinions on plus minus, but the leader happened to be Tatum Randall.
Yeah.
It seemed like she made big plays and 6 assists for you as well. What did she do in this game?
Yeah. Well, her nickname is Tornado because she makes things happen. And if you see, you know, she had some turnovers, but she made a lot of big plays, and I thought she really, I mean, the offensive rebound, she had a couple really big plays there at the end too. She corralled a loose ball and tipped it to Audrey for a layup at the end of the shot clock, and I just thought she, you know, she attacked with the cut. But yeah, I'm happy for her. She was our starting point guard for quite a while this year. She hurt her elbow, her shooting elbow, and sat 4 games. And then when she came back, she probably, you know, it's tough, I think, for a younger player because we inserted Jade, who's a senior. And so her minutes were maybe a little more erratic. It took her a while to get her confidence back, but she's played really well since Xavier. So the last 5 games, I think she's kind of found herself again. And we're going to need her tomorrow against DePaul in their pressure because she's got better quickness than Jade and Olivia, our older players who have injuries and have slowed down. So she's got a little bit more ability to get by somebody or relieve pressure with her quickness.
Megan?
Coach, your players and you have mentioned toughness multiple times
Yeah.
in this press conference alone. When you look at your team, where do you feel like you are the toughest?
Well, what I told them is that this win doesn't happen if through late January and early February when we really kind of hit rock bottom, we didn't really hit rock bottom because I felt like we still came to practice every day, and our younger players were eager to get better, and you know how the season can get long, especially for freshmen, and our upperclassmen who were disappointed with who were probably disappointed that we hadn't had the year we thought we could have, kept coming to practice and working to get better, and they lifted each other up, and I think that's been the thing that I'm most proud about this team is that when we lost 5 in a row, we became a better basketball team because we kept practicing the right way, and so I think that's, you know, and so you see it out there tonight, but it's really a reflection of the fact that we had a lot of people rowing the boat in the same direction in that stretch where we lost 5 in a row, and we didn't say our season's over, or like I said, our young players didn't give in to the length of the season, and our older players didn't give in to the disappointment that we had through that point in the season.
We got time for one more if there is one. All right, Coach, thanks. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks, you guys. Thanks.